Hi there. Welcome to Easy English with Alicia. If you've clicked on this video, it's because you like grammar. Or wait, maybe not. Maybe it's because you've already watched the other two videos on conditionals and you're wondering, what more can this lady say about conditionals? Or maybe you're looking for an advanced explanation about conditional usage and maybe how we can get rid of if. Well, if those are any of the reasons that you clicked on this class, welcome. You're at the right place because we are going to be focusing on inversion with conditionals. So looking at had I known, using should in conditionals, using unless, even if, whether or not, and more flexible structures. So dropping that if. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, stay tuned. It's about to get interesting. Okay, so today we are going to look at advanced conditionals. And if you've studied before, maybe you saw the past two videos I did on conditionals, you should already know 0, first, second, third, and even mixed conditionals. We're going to be focusing on making your English sound more natural and flexible, and maybe finally helping you understand the complexity of conditionals. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is inversion in conditionals. Sometimes in formal English, we drop if and invert the subject. This is common in written English or very formal speaking. So instead of, if I had known, I would have called you, we could say, had I known, I would have called you. Or instead of, if you should need help, call me, we can say, should you need help, call me. And then instead of, if he were here, he would explain it, we could say, were he here, he would explain it. So like I said, this sounds a little bit more formal, but it's definitely a way to drop the if. Notice there's no if. It's just an inversion. Next, we're going to be looking at using should in conditionals. So we can use should to make the situation sound less likely and more polite. Example, if you should see Emily, tell her I called. Another example, if he should arrive early, ask him to wait. So this is not very probable, but it is possible. Let's look at number 3. Using unless, even if, whether or not. So conditionals don't always use if. We can use other words too. Unless means if not. Look at this example. I won't go unless you come with me. Here, we're replacing the if. If we wanted to use if, we could say, I will only go if you come. We can say even if. Even if is going to show a strong condition. So, I'll help you even if I'm tired. Or we could also say, being tired will not stop me from helping you. But in English, we like everything concise. Next, whether or not shows that it doesn't matter. So, example, I'll go whether or not it rains. We could also say that the condition doesn't change the result. So, it sounds very dramatic. Maybe you've heard this like novellas or soap operas. I will love you whether or not you want me to. It's very dramatic. And it just means that person is going to love you no matter what.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. I hope you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Okay, and now let's look at flexible and reduced conditionals. Sometimes we shorten conditionals in spoken English. Example, if you're hungry, eat something. Or we could say, eat something if you're hungry. Another example, you can call me if you need help. Or you could just say, call me if you need help. Those are ways that we shorten the sentence. And as you'll see, advanced speakers often drop unnecessary words to sound more natural. Like I mentioned before, English is very concise. In situations where you don't need to be concise is probably in a dissertation, or if you are writing an essay or writing any kind of formal work that is going to be presented academically. We're not as concise in those opportunities or those situations as we're going to be when we're speaking face-to-face with someone. Now, formality also heavily depends on how concise you're going to be, how much you have to say. A lot of times when we're just speaking casually, we're going to be more concise. But that also depends on if you're speaking with a very close friend, then you're probably not going to be very concise. You're probably going to elongate all your conversation with your bestie. Let's go ahead and do some practice. Let's see if those conditionals got it. First one, number 1. I known the truth, I would have acted differently. What could we say here? Had, if, should. Next one. I'll go to the party. You like it or not. What could we say? Unless, whether, or should. Number 3. I won't lend you money. You promise to pay me back. What answer could we say here? Unless, even if, had. Very good. So that was a quick class on conditionals, the advanced version. And you guys did awesome. Now you know how to use advanced conditionals, inversion, should, and alternatives like unless, even if, whether, or not. All of these conditionals make your English sound more formal, polite, and natural. Now it's your turn. Write down some examples in the comment section. Or maybe you have questions. Perhaps you would like further explanation on any one of these topics. Let me know, and I will see you in the comments. Don't forget, practice makes progress. See you next time.